blessing, now cease from distressing. Sing praises to his name, he forgets not his own.
第二節。
Beside us to guide us, our God with us joining, ordaining, maintaining his kingdom divine. So from the beginning, the fight we are winning. Lord was at our side, the glory be.
第三節。
We all do extol thee, thou leader in battle, and pray that thou still, Lord, defender wilt be. Thy congregation escape tribulation, thy name be ever praised, O Lord, make us free.
有唱詩435首，聖hymn 435。預備第一節。
I'll sing of my Redeemer and his wondrous love to me. On the cross he suffered, from the curse he set me free. Sing, oh sing of my Redeemer, with his blood he purchased me. On the cross he sealed my pardon, paid the debt and made me free.
第二節。
I will tell the wondrous story, how my lost estate to save. In the boundless love and mercy, he ransom freely gave. Sing, oh sing of my Redeemer, with his blood he purchased me. On the cross he sealed my pardon, paid the debt and made me free.
第三節。
I will praise my dear Redeemer, his triumphant I'll tell, how the victory he giveth over sin and death and hell. Sing, oh sing of my Redeemer, with his blood he purchased me. On the cross he sealed my pardon, paid the debt and made me free.
第四節。
I will sing of my Redeemer and his heavenly love to me. From the desolate life hath brought me, Son of God with him to be. Sing, oh sing of my Redeemer, with his blood he purchased me. On the cross he sealed my pardon, paid the debt and made me free.
我哋有 後唱詩429首，就also sing hymn 429。預備第一節。
Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He is trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored. He hath loosed the fateful lightning of his terror was with sword. His truth is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Our God is marching on.
第二節。
I have seen him in the watchfires of 100 circling camps. They have builded him an altar in the evening dews and damps. I can read his righteous sentence by the dim and flaring lamps. This day is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Our God is marching on.
第三節。
He has sounded forth a trumpet that shall never sound retreat. He is sifting out the hearts of men before his judgment seat. Oh, be swift, my soul, to answer him. Be jubilant, my feet. Our God is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Our God is marching on.
第四節。
In the beauty of the lilies, Christ was born across the sea, with the glory in his bosom that transfigures you and me. As he died to make men holy, let us live to make men free, while God is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Our God is marching on.
跟住主帶領今日嘅領先，我哋默禱結束，做 end of a silent prayer。阿門。
Bow our heads in silent prayer.
大家低頭默禱。
Amen.
阿門。
In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, we begin today's Sabbath service.
從主耶穌聖名開始，我哋今日安息日聚會。
Let's first rise and sing hymn 131.
請讚立唱詩131首。
Oh, come, come.
Thank God that He has guided us throughout another week,
感謝主帶領一個星期嘅平安。
and that from our toils we now have our rest.
從勞碌中我哋得到呢個安息，
A rest that we look forward to every week,
就係話呢個安息我哋每個星期都渴望嘅，
because it allows us to be refreshed.
因為讓我哋能夠得到舒暢，
It allows us to remember the great love that God has for us.
亦都要提醒我哋神向我哋顯出嘅嗰種嘅大愛。
And the hymn that we've just sang tells us and reminds us how joyous we should be.
即係呢個啱先唱呢首讚美詩話俾我哋聽，呢係幾咁歡樂嚟守安息日啊！
Because this joy is incomparable to anything else that we can achieve or feel in this world.
因為呢種嘅喜樂，世上任何嘅事情係無法可以相比㗎。
And the peace that God can give us is beyond whatever peace that we may try to pursue in this world.
就係話神賜俾我哋嘅平安勝過我哋世上所追求嘅一切嘅平
So
安。
it means that every week we have this blessing.
就係話每個星期我哋都有呢種嘅福氣，
And therefore, every week we have an opportunity.
所以我哋每個星期都有呢個機會，
And therefore, we should grasp hold of this opportunity
所以我哋要把握呢每一個機會，
and be determined to use this time that we have with God and with our brothers and sisters to the most to its maximum potential.
就係話我哋立志嚟到去盡量嚟到好好利用呢種嘅時間與我哋弟兄姊妹一齊。
And then once we have enjoyed the fellowship and the worship that we have with our Lord,
當我哋能夠嚟到真正嚟到去享受我哋同弟兄姊妹同埋神之間嗰種嘅團契嘅時候，
then we remember the teachings that He has given to us.
我哋要記住佢俾我哋嘅教訓，
Remember the words that He has given to us.
要記住佢俾我哋嘅話語。
And we ask that we are able to apply these teachings in our lives.
我哋祈求神讓我哋將呢啲嘅教訓嚟到實行喺我哋生活當中。
So now it is time for our prayer.
而家我哋係禱告嘅時候，
In our prayers, let us ask God to continue to guide us in our Sabbath worship.
喺禱告當中求神嚟到帶領我哋今日安息日聚會，
Let's kneel down and pray in one accord.
一齊同心合意跪低禱告。
奉主耶
奉
穌基督聖名禱告。
Lord Jesus Christ I speak.
奉主耶穌聖名講話。
First of all, give thanks that your brother has another opportunity to share some words of encouragement with you all today on this Holy Sabbath day.
首先感謝神，讓小弟再有機會喺呢度同大家分享神嘅話語。
And we ask God's blessings to be bestowed upon our brothers and sisters as we continue our Sabbath worship.
係話我哋隨着不斷參加聚會，願神嘅恩典嚟不斷與我哋同在。
And so today the title for mutual encouragement is Be Determined.
今日同大家彼此勉勵嘅題目就係話要立志。
Maybe think about what is determination? What does it mean to be determined?
就係話立志係咩意思呢？
So to be determined means that we are resolved in our decision.
就係話立志就係話我決定要做一啲嘅事情。
Meaning that once we've made a decision, we should not want to change
就係
our
話
minds.
當我哋決定咗之後，我哋就喺腦海裏邊唔會改變㗎啦。
And we will also put effort into ensuring that what we have decided to do, we will carry out.
亦都要我哋要付出嘅力量嚟到去肯定我哋所決定嘅事情係能夠做得到㗎。
Meaning that you are unwavering and you are very single-minded in your approach.
就係話你唔會搖動嘅，你一心一意嚟到去達成嘅。
And you would do absolutely anything to achieve what you wish to achieve.
就係話你盡量嚟到去用盡你嘅能力嚟到去達成你所決定嘅事情。
And we all have a determination to do some things in our lives.
有陣時候我哋一生當中好多時都會立志嚟做一啲嘅事情，
We are very determined to work very hard for our businesses, for our education.
或者例如話我哋立志嚟到去好努力咁樣嚟為我哋嘅工作、我哋嘅學業嚟到去做。
And we are very willing to put in a lot of effort into doing these things.
或者我哋真係會願意花好多嘅能力嚟到去做呢啲事情。
But we have to think about, do we have the same determination when it comes to our faith?
但係我哋要自問，我哋有冇用同樣咁樣嘅心志嚟到去對待我哋嘅信仰呢？
We have believed for many years.
我哋已經相信咗好多年。
We've come to services and listened to many sermons.
我哋嚟到參加聚會，聽咗好多嘅道理。
We pray and we go home and we repeat this cycle.
我哋聽聚完會之後，跟住翻屋企就係不斷咁樣嚟去重複啦。
And actually, when we think about it, does it really require much effort for me to sit here in service?
其實我哋自問一下，其實就係嚟參加聚會聽道理，其實唔需要我哋用咩咁嘅能力去。
Or is it becoming a routine? Is it becoming a habit?
或者成為一個例行嘅公事，成為一個習慣。
Because when things are very routine or things are becoming a habit, it doesn't actually require much effort.
因為當一啲事例行公事成為習慣嘅時候，你唔需要花好多個努力又去做嘅。
An example is, for example, when we are driving.
例如我哋揸車嘅時候，
We don't need to think about what we need to do when we drive.
就係話我哋揸車揸慣咗啦，都唔使點樣諗要點樣做啦。
Of course, when we first started to drive, we would think about changing gears or making sure that it was safe.
當我哋一開始識揸車嘅時候，我哋會諗下幾時會轉波啊，幾時點樣嚟泊車啊等等。
But after many years, you probably don't need to put in as much effort or thinking into your driving.
當你揸車揸咗好多年嘅時候，你都習慣啦，你都好熟悉啦，你都唔需要點樣嚟到去特別想、特別嚟到花能力去做。
It becomes very natural for you.
好自然咁樣上到架車就識揸。
And it isn't until you face an obstacle or a challenge when you are driving that you then really need to focus.
但當你遇到一啲嘅障礙或者嘅挑戰嘅時候，你真係先能夠再次嚟到去集中啦。
And if we don't focus or concentrate enough, then maybe sometimes we can have accidents.
如果你集中注意力唔夠嘅話，你冇專注緊嘅話，好容易嚟有呢個意外啦。
In actual fact, our spiritual lives is very similar.
其實我哋信仰嘅生活亦都係同樣嘅。
Because if we do not focus on our faith,
如果我哋唔專注喺我哋嘅信仰上嘅
then
話，
when a challenge comes upon us,
當嚟到有挑戰臨到我哋嘅時候，
then it may become a great obstacle for us.
咁就成為我哋好大嘅障礙啦。
And the consequences are even more serious.
就係嗰個後果可能更加嚴重。
So what is it that we need to do?
咁我哋咁需要做啲咩呢？
We need to be determined and have resolve in our hearts to ensure our spiritual well-being.
就係話我哋要立志決定我哋嘅信仰生活就係又非常之好嘅，我哋靈命係健康嘅。
And today, your brother would like to share 3 points with you in what things that we can be to be determined in our faith.
今日小弟與大家嚟到分享3點，喺咩事情上我哋要立志嘅。
So let's read Daniel chapter 1.
我哋讀下但以理書嘅第1章。
Let's read Daniel chapter 1. Let's read verses 8 to 9.
但以理書1章8至9節。
Verse 8, But Daniel purposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with the portion of the king's delicacies, nor with the wine which he drank. Therefore he requested of the chief of the eunuchs that he might not defile himself. Verse 9. Now God had brought Daniel into the favor and goodwill of the chief of the eunuchs.
但以理書1 章8至9節，第8節，但以利卻立志，不以王的事和王所飲的酒玷污自己，所以求太監長容他不玷污自己。第9節，神使但以利在太監長眼前蒙恩惠，受憐憫。
So here we see a very well-known example of Daniel.
呢個睇到我哋大家都好熟悉嘅但以利呢個例子。
And Daniel did not want to defile himself with the food of the king.
但以利唔想嚟到因王嘅事嚟到去玷污自己。
So the first point is about we need to be determined to maintain our holiness.
所以第一點要同大家分享嘅就係話，第一點要立志保守我哋嘅聖潔。
And what did he do?
咁佢點樣做呢？
It says here that he purposed in his heart that he would not defile himself.
呢度第8節話但以利卻立志唔玷污自己。
So we see that there was a challenge before Daniel.
我哋睇到但以利佢面對一個挑戰。
And Daniel made this determination in his heart.
咁但以利喺佢嘅心裏邊就立下呢個志向。
He would not sin against God.
佢唔會犯罪得罪神。
And there wasn't any compromises in ensuring his holiness.
就係話唔會有任何嘅妥協嚟到去破壞佢嘅信仰。
And because of this, we can see then in verse 9 that God brought Daniel into the favor and goodwill to the chief of the eunuchs.
咁喺第9節好清楚，神使但以利喺太監長眼前嚟到去蒙恩惠。
Now we have to understand,
我哋需要明白一點。
when we have made a determination to do something,
當我哋下定決心嚟做一件事情嘅時候，
then it can sometimes affect other people.
有陣時候會影響到其他嘅人嘅。
And we can see here that it did affect someone here.
咁你好清楚呢度睇到，都係會影響其他人嘅。
It affected the chief of the eunuchs.
就係話影響到呢個太監長啦。
And we can see that he was concerned.
咁我哋睇到佢係關注呢件事情。
He was concerned that he could lose his life.
就係話佢關注到佢可能去失去呢個性命嘅。
Because he says that his head would be endangered before the king.
就係話佢嘅人頭喺王面前就好難擔保啦。
So he didn't say that, oh, Daniel, you have to go and eat this, you have to do it.
咁呢個太監長冇強迫呢個但以利你一定要食。
But he said something that would make Daniel think.
但係佢講咗一啲嘅事情，讓但以利去細心思想。
He said to him essentially that because of what you have chosen, I could die.
咁呢個太監長同但以利講，因為你所決定嘅，或者我可能會死亡。
So how would we react if we were faced with the same situation?
如果我哋係但以利嘅話，你點樣嚟面對呢個情況呢？
Would we relent?
我哋會唔會嚟退縮呢？
Would we say to ourselves, oh, because this man could die, then perhaps I should do something so he won't be harmed?
就或者我哋會唔會咁樣諗？因為我咁樣做，呢個人會受到傷害，或者我會唔會要改變一下？
And we can see that Daniel does not compromise in his actions.
但係我哋好清楚睇到，但以利永遠都唔會妥協佢所做嘅嘢。
Because God ensured that they were better and fatter than the others who had eaten the king's delicacies.
因為神使但以利比其他食王膳嘅人更加肥壯，更加嚟到去健康。
So what does this remind us of today?
咁呢件事情今日提醒我哋咩事情？
We said before what determination should be.
我哋之前睇過立志係咩意思？
It is about making a purpose, making a resolve in our hearts.
就係話我哋心裏邊嚟到去決心做一件事情，有個目標嘅。
And once we have made this determination, then we hold steadfastly to this choice.
當我哋立下志向嘅時候，我哋要決定不斷去做，唔會更改。
Meaning that in this case, we are determined to maintain our holiness.
喺呢個時候，佢呢個情況就係話佢立志嚟到去保守佢嘅聖潔。
I am a child of God.
我係神嘅兒女。
And therefore, I will not partake in the things of this world that could taint my status.
就係話我唔會食任何呢個世界嘅事情嚟到去影響嚟玷污我自己啊！
But just because you have made this determination,
因為你已經立下咗呢個志向，
your challenge does not end there.
就係話你個挑戰唔係就緊就停止啦。
Because as I said before, that these words and this decision can then affect other people.
正如頭先所講，你所立下嘅志向可能會影響到其他嘅人。
So then again, I ask.
所以我再嚟問：
So if someone says to you that, oh, because of your choice, I could be killed.
如果有人同你講，因為你嘅決定，我可能會被殺啦，
How would you feel?
你點樣呢？
Of course, we would want that no harm would come upon this person.
我哋當然唔想就係帶嚟任何傷害俾其他人。
And I'm sure that Daniel himself, if we have a look at what Daniel himself did, we know that there was no harm that came to him.
咁我哋睇下但以利所做嘅，其實佢到最後冇帶嚟任何傷害俾其他人。
Remember, the eunuch did not force Daniel to do anything.
咁我哋知道呢個太監長冇強迫到但以利做任何事情，
But he made an emotional plea to Daniel.
但係佢好有感情咁樣嚟到去懇求但以利。
But Daniel didn't relent.
但係但以理冇退縮。
He knew what it meant to be determined to maintain his holiness.
但以理心裏邊好知道立志保守聖潔係好重要嘅。
But he didn't just say no.
佢唔會話就咁話哦咁樣算啦咁樣。
He offered the chief of the eunuchs, a way out, and he said, "Why don't you test us?"
咁佢就提供呢個太監長一個方法，點解你唔會試驗下我哋先呢？
So he offered this man a way out.
所以佢提供咗呢個人有條嘅出路。
So what does this remind us of today?
咁呢啲樣嘢今日提醒我哋咩嘢呢？
Now I'm sure that everyone sitting here has the same mindset as Daniel,
相信在座每一位都同樣有但以理呢種嘅心志。
that we wish to be separate from the world.
我哋想同呢個世界嚟分別出嚟。
That of course we want to maintain our holiness,
當然啦，我哋要為保守我哋嘅聖潔。
but we also know that sometimes our choices can affect others.
咁我哋要知道，有時候我哋所立下嘅志向會影響到其他人。
Of course, today our lives are not in danger.
當然啦，今日我哋嘅生命冇危險。
But the principle here is that the eunuch used his relationship with Daniel to potentially affect his faith.
但係呢個原則就係話呢個太監長想同但以理嗰種人與人之間嘅關係嚟到去影響但以理呢種嘅心智。
And actually, sometimes interpersonal relationships can make us question our determination.
有陣時候人與人際嘅關係會讓我哋喺立志方面嚟到去有所影響㗎。
Let me give you an example.
讓我俾大家一個例子。
So we have made a determination to keep the Sabbath day holy.
就係話我哋有立志嚟到去時常就遵守安息日，守為聖日。
We have heard this teaching recently. We've been reminded, and I am determined to put aside my pleasures and my work for the Sabbath day.
因為我哋最近時常就被提醒，我哋時常要遵守呢個安息日，將世事嚟到去擺埋一邊。
So I have made this choice that I am going to spend a Sabbath day, a Friday, and Saturday in church.
所以我哋就立下志向，我哋要盡量嚟到去守全安息日，星期五晚至到星期六晚。
But then when we've made this choice,
但係當我哋決定咗呢個心志之後，
we may start to think,
我哋或者開始想
well, how does it affect other people?
點樣嚟到去影響其他人呢？
Perhaps if we are working in our business,
或者我哋喺我哋嘅做生意方面，
then it may mean that other people have to work more.
就係話或者我哋工作上其他人，因為我哋唔返工，其他人或者就做多啲嘅工作。
Or perhaps they can't even open their business because we are not working for them.
因為我哋唔返工啦，或者佢哋老闆就唔可以就開門做生意啦。
And this then becomes a dilemma for us.
咁呢個就成為咗我哋一個難處啦。
Because of course we don't want it to cause a problem for other people.
當然啦，我哋唔想製造問題俾其他人。
We are only human.
我哋只係人，
And actually many of us are family.
其他嘅我哋在座都係好多都係一家人。
And of course we value this relationship with each other.
當然啦，我哋要珍惜我哋人與人之間嗰種關係。
But the example that I've given, it gives us a question.
咁我哋俾大家嘅例子嚟讓大家有一個問題去思考。
Which relationship do we prioritize?
我哋珍惜嘅擺首先嘅係邊種嘅關係呢？
Do we prioritize the relationship that we have with each other, or do we prioritize the command that God has already given to us?
我哋擺喺人與人之間嘅關係第一啊，定擺喺神俾我哋嘅誡命第一位呢？
We have to be determined.
我哋需要嚟到去立志。
Yes, our relationships, of course, are important.
當然啦，我哋同人之間嘅關係當然係重要。
Because as brothers and sisters, we are family, we are co-workers.
因為我哋弟兄姊妹，我哋係一家人，我哋係同工。
We don't want to cause offense to anyone.
我哋唔想得罪其他人或者影響其他人。
But we have to also consider whether sometimes our relationships could negatively affect our faith.
但係有時我哋要思想下，我哋因為有時往往因為人嘅緣故、人嘅關係嘅緣故，往往影響到我哋同神之間帶嚟一個負面嘅影響。
Now, of course, sometimes it's seemingly impossible to make some changes.
有陣時候我哋睇起上嚟好難嚟到去真係改變嘅。
Just like when Daniel was faced with a situation where someone said, well, if you do what you have chosen, I could die.
正如但以理喺呢度所立下嘅志向，如果你咁做嘅話，我可能會死亡㗎啦。
But then, because Daniel first purposed in his heart,
但係但以理卻喺佢心裏邊嚟立下呢個志向。
that we can see that God allowed him to overcome.
但係神，我哋好清楚睇到神真係讓佢呢個志向能夠達成嘅。
And that is the hope that we can have when we are faced with these struggles.
就係話呢個就係我哋嘅盼望，當我哋面對呢啲嘅掙扎嘅時候。
That no matter what we are faced in our spiritual lives, that God will surely help us to overcome.
無論我哋喺信仰上遇到乜嘢嘅任何挑戰困難，神肯定會幫助我哋去勝過。
But in order to maintain our holiness, it requires our efforts.
但係為咗要立志保守聖潔，我哋需要付出一啲嘅力量。
Let's turn to Hebrews chapter 12.
我哋睇下希伯來書第12章。
Hebrews chapter 12, let's read verse 14.
希伯來書12章14節。
Hebrews chapter 12, let's read verse 14.
希伯來書12章14節。
Verse 14. Pursue peace with all people and holiness, without which no one will see the Lord.
希伯來書12章14節。你們要追求與眾人和睦，並要追求聖潔，非聖潔沒有人能見主。
So here we are reminded.
呢度被提醒我哋。
It is about pursuing holiness.
就係話點樣嚟到去追求聖潔。
Pursuing is not a passive thing where you can just sit there to achieve.
追求聖潔，追求唔係話呢個被動嘅，唔係坐喺度就得到㗎。
It means that we actively go out to seek holiness.
就係話我哋真係要實際上嘅行動，做一啲事情先能夠追求得到。
And we need to have a purpose in our hearts to put effort into maintaining our holiness.
就係話我哋心裏邊要立下呢個志向，真係用行動嚟到去追求呢個聖潔。
Because we know that it says here, without this, then no one will see the Lord.
因為呢節聖經好清楚話俾我哋聽，如果唔聖潔嘅話，冇人能夠見主㗎。
But we know that it is not easy.
我哋知道係唔容易。
In fact, Jesus has told us already that this is not easy.
咁主耶穌亦都話俾我哋聽，呢個係唔容易㗎。
Because the gate that we head towards is a narrow gate.
因為我哋所選擇嗰條路係窄路嚟㗎。
It is difficult and few people can find it.
好難走，亦都好少人嚟到去走上。
Of course, going back to the example of the Sabbath day.
我哋翻嚟呢個遵守安息日呢個例子。
It is of course much easier to say, oh yes, I'll work, or yes, I'll do this for you, and therefore potentially compromise our faith.
咁我哋好容易就話對呢個信仰嚟妥協啦，冇錯啦，我可以咁樣做啦。
But the easy way is not always the best way.
但係最容易嘅方法唔係一定最好嘅方法。
If it was so easy, then it wouldn't require much effort for us.
因為好容易啦，我哋唔需要花幾多嘅力量去做。
We need to trust in God.
我哋需要信靠神。
To help us make good and sound decisions based on the instructions He has given to us.
讓我哋能夠立志嚟到去立下正確嘅。按照神嘅話語嚟立下正確嘅志向。
As members of the body of Christ, then of course our relationships with each other are important.
當然啦，我哋喺基督身體裏邊每一個都係一個分子，我哋人與人之間關係冇錯係重要。
But when we prioritize God and put Him in first place.
但係如果我哋將神擺喺首先第一位嘅話
，If that relationship with God is what we all prioritize.
如果我哋同神之間嘅關係永遠擺喺第一位嘅話
And if everyone has that same mindset.
如果每個人都有同樣咁嘅心志
Then it is not about what is good for me or what is it in it for me.
唔係話因為對我哋有咩益處，我對我裏邊有點樣。
Because it is all for the glory of God.
要完全為咗榮耀神嘅緣故。
So let's have a look at what the next determination should be.
我哋睇下下一個立志嘅方向要係點樣。
Let's turn to 2 Corinthians chapter 9.
我哋睇下哥林多後書嘅第9章。
Corinthians chapter 9, let's read verses 6 to 8.
哥林多後書9章6至8節。
Verse 6, but this I say, he who sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and he who sows bountifully will also reap bountifully. Verse 7, so let each one give as he purposes in his heart, not grudgingly or of necessity, for God loves a cheerful giver. And God is able to make all grace abound toward you, that you, always having all sufficiency in all things, may have an abundance for every good work.
哥林多後書9章6至8節，第6節，少種的少收，多種的多收，這話是真的。7節，各人要隨本身所酌定的，不要作難，也不要勉強，因為捐得樂意的人是神所喜愛的。神能將各樣恩惠多多的加給你們，使你們凡事常常充足，能多行各樣善事。如經上所記，他施捨錢財，周濟貧窮，他的仁義傳到永遠。
So here we see that we need to have another determination.
呢度話俾我哋聽，我哋又立下另一個志向。
It reminds us that we need to give as we purpose in our hearts.
呢度就係隨我哋嘅心裏邊所酌定嘅嚟到去奉獻。
To give cheerfully and not grudgingly or because we have to.
就係話各人要隨自己嘅心所酌定嘅，唔好勉強，亦都唔好作難。
So we should be determined to offer up wholeheartedly to the Lord.
就係話第二樣就話我哋要立志全心全意嚟奉獻俾神。
Because if we give and sow sparingly,
如果我哋 俾好少種好少嘅話，
then what we reap will be the same.
咁我哋所收嘅係等於我哋所種嘅。
But if we offer much to God,
如果我哋將好多嘅奉獻俾神嘅話，
then God will ensure that we have abundance in every good work.
咁神會將各樣嘅恩賜嚟到多多加給俾我哋。
Because giving to God is not something, should not feel like it's something that we have to do.
我哋奉獻俾神，唔好話一定要咁樣做。
Because if we feel like this, then we feel like we have lost out in some way.
如果你咁樣話，我一定要咁樣做嘅，我哋會覺得我哋係會損失一啲嘢。
That we have lost out and other people or someone else has gained.
咁我哋損失咗一啲嘢，其他人就會得着啦。
Then if that is the case,
如果係咁樣想嘅
it
話，
becomes very natural for us to offer just what we need to, or perhaps not even very much.
或者如果我哋咁樣想嘅話，我哋只係做到所要求嘅，或者唔會奉獻好多。
Because offering does not necessarily have to be in terms of money.
我哋奉獻俾神唔係單止喺金錢方面，
It could also be our effort in our works and our time.
或者喺我哋工作上邊嗰種嘅能力，我哋所付出嘅時間。
And when we offer up our effort and time in the church, then it is our brothers and sisters who will benefit.
如果我哋願意花時間或者能力力量喺教會工作，咁其他弟兄姊妹就得着呢個益處。
And in fact, we do not lose out.
其實我哋係冇損失到嘅。
Because God has said here that He is able to make all grace abound towards you.
呢度好清楚，神會將各樣嘅恩惠嚟多多加給俾我哋。
That you will have sufficiency in all things,
就係話你凡事都能夠常常充足，
and abundance in every good work.
而且能多行各樣嘅善事。
Because you have purposed this in your heart,
因為你喺心裏邊已經立下呢個志向，
and you have made this determination.
你已經係決心要咁樣
You
做。
will not give out of necessity or grudgingly.
你唔會好勉強、好作難咁樣嚟到去奉獻。
That you are in fact very happy to offer.
其實你係好願意樂意去奉獻嘅。
Because by giving more, by giving more, you are helping others even more.
如果你就係奉獻咁多嘅話，其他人就得到咁多嘅幫助。
I remember yesterday in the sermon by Deacon Nahum,
咁就記得琴晚嗱雄執事個正道，
he also reminded us that the possessions that we have does not actually belong to us.
其實我哋所擁有嘅財產唔係真係屬於我哋嘅，
It is given to us by God.
係神所賜俾我哋嘅。
And that we should in fact use these possessions for the glory and the work of our Lord.
其實我哋應該好好地利用我哋神俾我哋嘅財產嚟去為神嚟工作。
Let's read Matthew chapter 23.
我哋睇下
Matthew chapter 23.
馬太福音23章
Matthew chapter 23, let's read verses 23 to 24.
23、24節。
Verse 23, Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you pay tithe of mint and anise and cumin, and have neglected the weightier matters of the law, justice and mercy and faith. These you ought to have done without leaving the others undone. Verse 24,
24節。
Blind guides who strain out a gnat and swallow a camel.
馬太福音23章23至24節。23節，你們這假冒為善的文士和法利賽人有禍了，因為你們將薄荷、茴香、芹菜獻上1/10。那律法上更重的事，就是公義、憐憫、信實，反倒不行了。這更重的是你們當行的，那也是不可不行的。第24節，你們這瞎眼領路的蠓蟲，你們就濾出來。駱駝你們倒吞下去。
So here is a reminder from Jesus.
呢度主耶穌嚟到去提醒我
He
哋。
talks about things that are paid as tithes.
咁呢度講好1/10嘅獻上1/10嘅事情，
And that's the mint, the anise, and the cumin.
就係話獻上薄荷、茴香、芹菜。
And yet what he is saying that is, despite these offerings, they have neglected what is important,
就係話除咗呢啲奉獻之外，佢哋咁重要嘅忘記咗咁重要嘅事情，
which is justice, mercy, and faith.
就係話呢個公義、憐憫同埋呢個信實，
So it reminds us of what Jesus himself values in our offering.
就係話提醒我哋主耶穌看重嘅係我哋邊種嘅奉獻。
Because the mint, the anise, and the cumin are things that can be seen by other people.
因為呢啲薄荷、茴香、芹菜係容易俾人睇到嘅事情，
And therefore, perhaps other people will praise you for these offerings.
或者你奉獻咗呢啲俾人睇到嘅事情，其他人會讚賞你。
But justice, mercy, faith, it is not often as easy to see these attributes.
但係呢啲公義、憐憫、信實呢種咁嘅品德係人唔容易睇得到㗎。
And so therefore, people are less likely to praise you for it.
或者你做咗呢啲事情之後，人都唔會點樣嚟到讚賞你。
But we can see what is important.
但係我哋睇到乜嘢係重要？
It is not it's not necessarily about what is obvious and seen.
唔係話嗰啲睇得到呢啲事情就係重要。
But what we need to cherish is this:
但係我哋要珍惜嘅就係
to uphold the principles of justice and mercy to maintain our faith.
就係維持了實行我哋嘅公義、信實、憐憫同埋呢個信實。
So here Jesus talks about the need for the actions to keep the law, and also emphasizes on the spirit of the law.
呢度你話俾我哋聽，我哋嗰種嘅嗰種嘅品德、公義、憐憫、信實嚟到去着重我哋呢種嘅品德。
Which is why he tells them that these things that they ought to, without leaving the others undone.
就係話呢啲事情你哋唔可以唔做㗎。
So sometimes we focus our attention a lot on the organizational or the physical aspects of our work.
就係話有陣時候我哋就專注咗呢種團體上個組織上嗰種容易睇到嘅工作。
Organizing timetables, or organizing to make sure that this group is here or that group is there. The physical organizational side of things.
即係話實質上嘅嗰種嘅安排嘅工作表啊，安呢個時間表啊，邊一組人需要喺度呢啲實質上嘅嗰種嘅工作。
And of course this is very important.
當然啊，呢種實質上嘅安排係重要。
Because we need to know what we're doing, where it is that it's being held.
但係我哋知道邊啲事情係要做，喺邊度嚟到去做。
But we also have to ensure that we do not neglect the spiritual element of our work.
但係我哋唔好忘記呢啲做工作嗰種屬靈嗰種嘅背後嗰種嘅質素。
And an example of this is for example with our UKGA building.
俾一個例子就係佢呢個英總嘅大樓。
And actually, thank God that from an organizational and the physical side of things, that our members have been able to offer much.
咁就隨着呢個組織上嘅嗰種嘅安排啊，咁啊，我哋弟兄姊妹都好樂意嚟奉獻。
But we also know that we have the opportunity in our monthly prayer sessions to pray on behalf of this work.
咁我哋都感謝神有一個機會，每個月都會可以禱告會嘅每個月禱告會為呢件事情嚟禱告。
So both of these things are important.
所以呢兩種嘅事情，屬靈上、實質上都係重要。
And we cannot do one without doing the other.
我哋唔可以單做一樣，唔做其他嗰樣。
So we ask God to help us in our work.
所以我哋求神帶領我哋嘅工作。
So the third determination.
第三個要立志嘅。
Let's turn to 2 Chronicles chapter 30.
我哋睇下歷代志下第30章。
2 Chronicles chapter 30. Let's read verses 1 to 5.
歷代志下30章1至5節。
This 2 Chronicles chapter 30 verses 1 to 5.
歷代志下30章1至5節。第一同埋1至5節。第一節，希西家差遣人去見以色列和猶大眾人，又寫信給以法蓮和瑪拿西人，叫他們到耶路撒冷耶和華的殿，向耶和華以色列的神守逾越節。第二節，因為王和眾首領並耶路撒冷全會眾已經商議，要在2月內守逾越節。第三節，正月間他們不能守，因為自潔的祭司尚不敷用，百姓也沒有聚集在耶路撒冷。第四節，王與全會眾都以這事為善，於是定了命令，傳遍以色列，從別是巴直到但，使他們都來到耶路撒冷，向耶和華以色列的神守逾越節，因為照所寫的例所守的不多了。
So this is how Hezekiah was saying that they had not kept the Passover in the prescribed manner for some time.
咁啊，呢度希西家嚟到話俾佢哋聽，佢哋冇正式嚟到去守呢個節期。
So when they had realized this, what did they do?
當佢哋認知到佢哋所做嘅事情。
It says that they resolved to make a proclamation throughout all Israel to come to keep the Passover to the Lord.
佢哋就下定咗命令嚟到去要對全會眾嚟到去遵守呢個逾節。
Previously they were not able to because a sufficient number of priests had not been consecrated.
因為之前佢哋唔能夠遵守，因為當時嘅祭司唔夠敷用。
Nor had the people were they able to gather in Jerusalem.
或者佢哋冇聚集喺耶路撒冷嗰度。
But now obviously Hezekiah wanted to make this resolution.
當然而家希西家要改變呢個志向。
He wanted to change the ways that had been going on for so long.
就係話佢改變咗所要留下落嚟咁耐嗰種嘅習慣。
So what is the third determination?
咁第三個立志嘅嘢要乜嘢呢？
Is that we need to be determined to correct what is wrong.
就係話我哋要立志改正我哋所做錯嘅事情。
And like here, it could be perhaps in our faith, or works, or even in our service.
就係話呢度嚟講喺我哋嘅信仰、我哋嘅工作或者我哋服侍神方面。
They were resolved to change their ways.
咁佢哋已經立下志向嚟到去改變佢哋所做嘅。
And the word of God is very powerful.
神嘅話語係非常之有能力。
And I'm sure there are times when we have been touched through a sermon or a Bible study.
我肯定大家都會曾經就被一個聚會或者一個經節嚟到去所感動。
And it has given us a motivation that we want to change.
就係俾到我哋有一個動力，真係要去改變。
And sometimes we take heed and we try to make these changes.
或者嗰個時候我哋真係睇到啦、感動啦，想要嚟去改變啦。
Sometimes we are moved by what we hear, but we perhaps don't do very much about it.
有陣時候我哋所聽到嘅受感動，但係我哋所做嘅唔係咁多。
We see the example of Hezekiah.
我哋睇下希西家俾我哋嘅例子。
He wanted to hold the Passover correctly,
佢想嚟到去正確咁守呢個逾節，
so he made this resolution to change.
所以佢立下呢個全會眾嚟到去改變，
And he changed it with his actions.
就係話佢真係有所行動去改變㗎。
So let's read Lamentations chapter 3.
我哋睇下耶利米哀歌第3章。
Lamentations chapter 3, let's read verses 40 to 41.
耶利米哀歌第3章40、41節。耶利米哀歌第3章40至41節。40節，我們當深深考察自己的行為，再歸向耶和華。41節，我們當誠心向天上的神舉手禱告。
So here we are reminded.
呢度被提醒我哋，
We search and we examine our ways.
我哋要深深嚟考察下自己嘅行為。
And once we have done this,
當我哋如果咁做咗之後，
then we turn back to God.
我哋再歸向神，
We lift up our hearts and our hands.
將我哋舉起我哋嘅心，舉起我哋嘅手。
So it is not just about just searching and examining.
唔係話單單係深深地考察自己而
We must also act and correct if we know that we can do better.
而且我哋真係要做嘅就正式嚟到去有所行動去改變我哋所做嘅錯事。
Because I'm sure, as I said, we have been reminded in sermons or fellowships or in class about something that we need to change.
我相信大家都會喺俾一個嘅正道或者係經節或者一啲嘅鼓勵嚟到去俾我哋嘅感動，我哋話需要我哋去改變㗎。
It's made us search and examine our ways.
就係話嚟讓我哋深深嚟到考察下自己。
And when we have realized that we can do better,
如果我哋就發現到我哋係可以做得好啲嘅，
then we need to turn to God,
我哋需要轉歸向神，
to pray and ask Him to help us to make these changes.
然後我哋禱告求神，就讓我哋真係能夠改變。
Perhaps we have been reminded we need to be spending more time in cultivation,
或者我哋時常被提醒，我哋需要花更多嘅時間去靈修自己。
to be brave, to be bold in our preaching.
喺我哋傳福音上邊，你要剛強、勇敢、壯膽。
Or perhaps we have been reminded that we need to keep the Sabbath day holy and to put aside our works and our pleasures.
咁我哋時常都被提醒，你時常遵守安息日，守為聖日，將世事嚟到去擺埋一邊。
Then let's heed the teachings that we have heard.
我哋已經嚟到去謹慎聽到我哋所聽到嘅教訓啦。
Because otherwise, the time that we spend here and that we listen will not be of any benefit to us.
如果我哋淨係單單喺度聽，唔去做嘅話，對我哋冇乜益處。
Because we will just hear it and then we will cast it aside.
如果我哋或者淨係聽咗，跟住就擺埋一邊。
So, like Hezekiah,
但係我哋好似希西家咁樣，
search and examine,
就係話嚟到深深考察我哋自己，
turn to God,
嚟到去轉向神。
and then we will find the necessary changes that we need to make.
咁我哋就發覺我哋有咩事情係需要嚟改變呢？
And we need to be determined to correct it if we find that we are lacking in something.
所以我哋如果我哋發現有咩事情我哋做得唔啱，需要改變嘅話，改變嘅話，我哋要立下志向，真係要去改變。
So today we have heard that we need to be determined in many things.
咁今日我哋聽咗，我哋要立志可以做好多事情。
We need to be determined to maintain our holiness.
我哋要立志嚟到保守我哋嘅聖潔，
Not let the things of the world tarnish our statuses as children of God.
唔好讓任何嘅事情嚟到去污穢咗我哋神兒子呢個名分。
Choose to prioritize our relationship with God above others.
讓我哋將同神之間嘅關係擺喺首先，嚟到勝過人與人之間嘅關係。
And through the help from our Lord Jesus, then we will not need to compromise our faith.
藉着主耶穌俾我哋幫助，我哋就唔會喺世上有任何嘅妥協。
And we should also be determined to offer up wholeheartedly to God.
我哋需要立志全心全意嚟到去奉獻俾神。
Through this, we are able to demonstrate our compassion and our love to others.
如果我哋咁樣做嘅話，嚟到向人顯示咗我哋對佢嘅憐憫同埋幫助。
And finally, like Hezekiah,
最後好似希西家咁樣。
when we know we can improve in our faith,
如果我哋喺知道信仰上我哋可以進步嘅話，
when we have heard the teachings that have pricked our hearts,
如果我哋聽到啲嘅教訓嚟到去觸動咗我哋嘅心嘅話，
And we've been touched and motivated to change our ways.
如果我哋被感動嚟到去推動我哋嚟去改變我哋嘅個做法嘅話，
Then once we have heard, we turn to God and we ask Him to help us make this change.
當我哋聽到要轉向神嚟到求神幫助我哋有所改變嘅話，
Because by making these determinations in our heart,
就係話藉着呢啲咁樣喺我哋心裏邊嚟立志，
then of course it will be of benefit to ourselves.
當然係俾我哋有呢個好大益處。
But I'm sure it will be of great benefit to the church as a whole.
咁我相信亦都對教會整體嚟講亦都有益處。
And together we can help further prosper the work of God.
咁我哋大家一齊嚟到去幫助教會嘅聖工更加興旺。
And may all glory be unto our Father in heaven.
願一切榮耀歸於天上嘅父
Hallelujah.
神。
Amen. Let's sing hymn 441.
哈利路亞，阿門。唱詩441首。
I am resolved no longer to linger, charmed by the world demand. So stage it may be, forms out its sober, these are young oaks and men. Yes, oh, listen to him, hasten to your own way. Jesus, greatest, highest, I will guide to thee. Souls goodbye to the Saviour, leaving my sin aside. He is the burning, He is the raging, healing the missing down. Yes, oh, hasten to Him, hasten to your domain. Jesus, greatest, highest, I will guide to Thee. I am resolved, servant to Jesus, faithful and true each day. Take what I may, do what I daily, He is the maker way. I will hasten to Him, hasten to your domain. Jesus, greatest, highest, I will guide to Thee. I am resolved to enter the kingdom, leaving the paths of sin. Friends make the words, make souls, make send me, still will I enter in. Yes, oh, hasten to Him, hasten to your domain. Jesus, greatest, highest, I will guide to Thee. I am resolved, and will be with me, come friends without delay. Saved by the Bible and by the Spirit, will walk the highway well. Yes, oh, hasten to Him, hasten to your domain. Jesus, greatest, highest, I will guide to Thee. Please sit.
請坐。
We thank God for guiding us in our service to Him today.
感謝主帶領我哋今日嘅聚會。
In our prayers, we ask God to continue to guide us in our Sabbath worship.
喺禱告裏邊，求神繼續帶領我哋嘅安息日聚會。
And in our prayers, we pray for those who may be physically unwell.
我哋喺禱告裏邊為身體健安嘅同靈代禱，
We also pray that the works of the church can continue to grow.
讓我哋為教會嘅工作繼續嚟到成長。
And we ask God to enable the words and teachings that we may have heard, that we are able to apply them in our lives.
我亦都祈禱求神幫助我哋所聽到嘅，能夠喺實際生活上嚟到實行出嚟。
And then when we face obstacles or challenges, when our hearts really want to make these changes, then God will provide us a way to accomplish this.
如果我哋心立下志向，需要改變嘅話，我哋就會求神嚟幫助，神一定嚟幫助我哋嚟到去做我哋所要決心做嘅。
Like many things, it requires effort on our behalf.
所以當然好多嘅事情需要我哋嘅心付出呢個力量去做。
To be determined to put in the time and the effort to make these changes.
我哋需要嚟到去下定決心，嚟到需要花啲嘅氣力、心力嚟到去做。
But we should not neglect our communication with God through prayer.
我哋亦都唔好忽略同神之間藉着禱告嗰種嘅關係。
Only He can make what seems impossible possible.
就係話只有神先能夠將唔可能嘅成為可能。
So now it's time for our prayer.
而家係禱告嘅時候。
For those who wish to receive the laying of hands, please kneel to the front.
嗰啲需要接受按手嘅，請跪到前邊。
And our ministers will lay hands on you.
咁執事會唔會為你按手？
Kneel down and pray in one accord.
我哋一齊同心合意跪低禱告。
奉主耶穌基督聖名禱告。 sincere peace to you all.
聚會到呢度，大家平安。